What's up, guys? Welcome to TFGoose Gaming. I'm TFGoose here with Vendetta, and this isn't a game that we've had on the channel before. I'm scared.
Skirt.
Scared. No. Guys, we just wanted to take you through our quick impressions and a few strategy tip sort of things that we've come across playing Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. And we'll probably be kicking out some more videos for this game as well, just some, build stuff and other things that we find along the way, but we wanted to kick something out for you here. Sorry we've been missing for a bit. I was on vacation there and had some family emergency stuff as well, and it's just been a zoo of a time, but hopefully we'll be back on track for you here. So we're just going to pop into a rift while we're discussing things. If you don't know about Nephilim rifts, I don't know, read the things,
You got to beat the game first.
Yeah, first you got to beat the game, and then you unlock adventure mode, and then you do some bounties, and then you can do rifts, and that's good stuff. But there's gobs of information about that. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you probably know all about that already. But so we kind of wanted to go through just a short list of things that we've discovered are maybe, I guess, I wouldn't know if I'd call them mistakes, but there may be things that people aren't quite thinking about, I guess. Including in a lot of other videos that I've seen personally. I don't know about you, man, but I mean,
yeah,
some of this stuff seems kind of elementary, but a lot of other people aren't talking about it, and we're kind of wondering why. So we just wanted to, get some info out there. And first things first, I think, is talking about re-rolling items, was specifically with respect to movement speed, right?
Yep.
So the deal here is, a lot of people love seeing movement speed on items, right? Before, it was like so amazing. It's one of the reasons Lacunae Prowlers were so awesome. The wrists that you could get, that had movement speed on them, because everybody wants to run at 25%, extra. Everybody wants that. I want that. I don't
it's
blame
quite
you.
awesome.
You just have to do it. But the kicker is, now with Paragon points, you can actually choose to take movement speed, in your core tab. And you don't have to have it on items, but a lot of people still seem to be valuing it on their gear, especially boots. They're thinking it goes with it, and they're happy to find boots that have movement speed. What people aren't considering is that if you simply re-roll the movement speed off of there, you free up, up to 50 points of Paragon, conceivably, that you could dump into other stats, most notably, like your main stat.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got, we were checking just off camera a little bit ago here, and Vendetta here has got like a really nice two-handed weapon that he got for his Crusader that has movement speed on it. Okay, that's nifty. All right. But if he simply re-rolls it, it could roll like an extra 1,200 to his main stat. That's ridiculous,
Yeah, that's worth far more. We should point out that's worth far more than the 25 points, or I'm sorry, 50 points in Paragon that it would cost you.
Yeah, exactly. You can get a maximum if you put 50 points, the 50 points that you would put into movement speed in Paragon, if you put that into main stat instead, that gets you 250 of that stat. You can get a lot more than that on your gear if you just actually, go ahead and get it on your gear, and go ahead and put the movement speed in on Paragon instead. I mean, and people just aren't thinking about this stuff. But so just one little quick tip there for that we wanted to point out. Other than that, did want to talk about blood shards as well. If you're not aware, blood shards are kind of the rewards you get from doing some bounties as well as rifts here, and then you can use those to purchase unknown, sort of un-ID'd items from a merchant in town, and with the chance for a legendary. And you get about, as you'll see at the end of this video, actually, we're doing a rift and we'll fight a guardian. You get somewhere in the neighborhood of like 40 to 60. Have you gotten a little higher than 60? I heard of somebody maybe getting like 65 or something.
I believe my highest is 56.
56. Okay, I've seen a 58 personally. So I'm going to say that they're, and I've gotten as low as 40 exactly. So I'm thinking it's probably between 40 and 60 on average, and that's about it. But the main point here is that you also get blood shards from doing bounties, and including double blood shards. If you do the bounties that are marked as bonus for that time, for that game period. But they're still not all that great. The amounts that you get aren't crazy from the bounties. By far, the best method for blood shards is to just do these rifts.
Yeah, because I think you only get like 4 for doing the bonus, and you get 2 regularly. So, but like TFGoose is saying, you're getting 40 to 60 for killing a rift boss, which only takes 5 keys.
Yeah, and you get 5 keys for sure. In fact, I think you get 6 anytime you do any bounty You know, and you can blow through a bounty pretty quick.
Oh my gosh.
I love conduit pylons. These are the best.
These are awesome.
You just pew 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 pew.
Just run as fast as you can. Pro tip.
Yeah, exactly. Just kill all the things. Go back for your loot later. It's really not that big a deal. Just kill everything as quick as you can. So, but yeah, pylons are amazing, but unfortunately they last a very, very short period of time. So your goal is to find an elite and have it just melt instantly.
Oh, here's a channeling pylon.
Yeah, channelings are also good because they basically nuke all costs. You don't have to pay any mana costs anymore. And unfortunately, there it goes. It's dead. Okay.
Boo.
Anyway. So, yeah, anyway, we just want to bring that up about the blood shards, guys. Don't bother too much about trying to do all the bounties to collect the double blood shards. It's really not a big thing. I mean, if you enjoy it, by all means, go ahead. You know, far be it from me to tell you what not to do. But, you know, I think it's just better to, you know, if you're just trying to grind the shards, just get the keys and then come into the rifts and get them that way. It's way, way, way cooler. So do that. And let's see. Oh, next thing, gold. My gosh.
Gold.
All the complaints about gold.
So many complaints.
Seriously. One of the things, I mean, I'm not going to begrudge any of the streamers. I mean, these guys spend mind-boggling amounts of time playing the game, and they clearly know what they're talking about. But a lot of the streamers seem to, you know, make a stink about the amount of gold that drops in the game. And they make this stink while at the same time, you know, walking past piles of gold. You know,
yeah, they sure do.
Yeah, and they also, you know, they walk past rare items. And, oh my gosh, we get a whimsy.
Huh, I've never seen this before.
That's pretty cool. So, yeah, they seem to complain, and if they just pick up the rare items and sell them, you know, you get like 4,000 to 5,000 on average for each rare item that you get at level 70. That adds up.
Yeah,
you know,
it really does.
It's very easy to pick up 100 to 200,000 extra gold in one inventory full of items. So do that, you know? You know, if it's your goal to just be grinding paragons or trying to find items and legendaries as quickly as possible, that's fine. If that's your goal, then do that. But realize that you're going to sacrifice a little bit of your gold generation if you're just walking past everything and not bothering to sell stuff. You know, so keep that in mind. You know, that really the amount of gold that you get, I don't think it really needs to be tuned. I don't. I'll go out and say it right now. I don't think it's a problem.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, and that's including, you know, knowing about the gem costs, which, you know, is the thing that people complain about the most, right?
Yeah, I would say so, because I think, you know, a lot of people might not have had a lot of money going into the expansion. And, I mean, what was the math? We were talking about this earlier off camera for a Flawless Royal.
Yeah, to make one Flawless Royal gem, if you want a Flawless Royal, it takes 27 Imperials and like 5.1 million gold or something right around there. I'm pretty sure that figure is correct, but of course I'm sure someone in the comments will double check me. But that's about right, you know. So now that's a lot of money, you know. Yeah, but you can make that. It's not that bad, especially if you're selling gear. You know, I mean, you can come across that without too much trouble. You know, the big thing is the issue is the cost more than doubles if you're trying to make all of your Imperial gems out of marquees.
Yeah.
That's where you actually get into trouble, you know, because if you need to make those, well, you got to make 27 Imperials, which means it's going to cost you like 81 marquees and 200,000 per combined. I mean, that gets crazy in a heartbeat. But if you just have some patience and wait till you actually get those Imperials as drops, or at least some of them as drops, you'll save a lot of money. I mean, you really will. And the difference between Royal and Flawless Royal, you know, it's significant, it's worth doing, but it's not like, oh my gosh, my gem is worthless until it's flawless.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't really think it's like a monster deal. So just keep that in mind and save your gems and work onto it from there. So a couple more things I wanted to point out. Number one is leveling strategies. You've got the formula for this, right?
Yeah, so this is a really easy trick. There's really no gimmick with it at all. You're going to require a friend, though, that's, you know, pretty well geared. That's definitely going to help you. But you can get to 1 to 60 in an hour. All you do is you create your new character, you crank it up to Torment 6, and you can either do Adventure Mode or you can play through the game regularly. To do it the fastest, you need, like, mob dense areas. So, like, we're talking Halls of Agony in Act 1, the Keep Depths levels 1 through 3 in Act 3.
Vaults. Vault of the Assassin in Act 2 is good.
Yep.
as well. Also the what's a Cool's place?
The Terminus.
The Terminus. Yeah, go through and do the dungeons in the Terminus, especially the one on the right. And that's really mob dense and very direct. Oh, here's our guy. And we'll go ahead and take this guy down. But yeah, basically you just play through on T6, you know, from the low level player, you know, makes the game and then makes it T6, but because they're getting all that bonus experience and the high level player is just liquefying everything. Yeah, you go crazy. You leveled a buddy of ours, you know, T-Rock, from like 1 to 66 on a Demon Hunter in like 90 minutes last night.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's very, very quick. So if you're looking to get through the game and level a character up as fast as possible, then that's a good way to do it. And as you can see there, guys, that's taking down a rift boss there, and it doesn't take too long. There's a couple of schools of thoughts on what to do, actually, speaking of, after you kill the rift boss. Sometimes you want to go ahead and take down the rest of the zone. If you like killing mobs, there's lots and lots of elites, you know, in these areas. And, of course, that gives you more chances for drops, so just keep that in mind. And but otherwise, you know, if you really are just trying to maximize, you know, your chances of getting blood shards and such, then it's best to just go ahead and reset the zone and open up another rift, you know, and do it again and fight another boss. And that's kind of the way to go there. So with that, I think I just had one other thing I wanted to bring up that I made note of is just the guaranteed legendaries. Again, a lot of people will know this already, but just in case you don't, there is some guaranteed legendaries in the game for fighting bosses. If you're level 1 through 59, you'll get a free legendary every time you beat an act boss. And then after that, the only free legendary you get every time that's guaranteed is off of Malthael, the final boss of Act 5. So if you're going through the game for the very first time, you probably just want to make sure that you're, you know, see if you can be under 60 up through Diablo in Act 4. And then once you get past him, then right before when you get to Malthael, it might not be a bad idea to just kind of bounce out, go level your character somewhere else to get him up to 70, and then go kill Malthael so you get a level 70 legendary for that kill. Just sort of a little pro tip there. You can get some of the really nice new 70 sets and stuff off of him, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so. And definitely come prepared to fight him if you're doing it without any help, because he is tough.
He can be a truck. Yeah, he really can. He has a surprising level of challenge. All of Act 5 does a little bit later, especially in levels, say, 66 through 70. If you're playing on a new character, it can be quite challenging. Don't be afraid to just bite the bullet and turn down the difficulty for a little while. You know, there's no shame in it. Turn it down, beat the game, get level 70, and then you'll start getting drops very quickly that'll accelerate your power and make it so that you can get through the game and, you know, on higher difficulties and get that nice bonus legendary chance. So,
well, look at this.
And with that, we've arrived at the end of the rift. How about that?
How about that?
Perfect. So hope you guys found some of that informative and maybe learned a little something that you didn't know before. And if not, well, sorry. Hope you liked the video anyway. Deal with it. So, no, we'll probably be in touch with some build videos and some other things that we come up with along the way, maybe some worthwhile crafting choices. You know, there's a lot of things to craft, and we've been testing a lot of that stuff out as well. So if you like this and you want to see more of it, let us know in the comments. And otherwise, we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.